and welcome to Lawrenceburg Public Library. I am Miss Megan, and today I am going to be showing you how to make your very own Among Us crewmate. Are you ready? Let's get started. In your kit, you are going to receive a set of instructions that looks like this, a paper roll. You're going to receive a piece of paper like this. This will be the color of your crewmate. And if you don't like the color, then you can just use a regular piece of printer paper and color it yourself. And then you're also gonna get a sheet of accessories. So you can see this one has an egg on his head and this one has a crown. This accessory sheet doesn't have a crown on it, but it has a whole bunch of other cool accessories. And if you wanna make a crown, it's pretty easy to draw one. So, this is our sheet of accessories. I already have a couple cut out. So we're gonna make these. Okay, so let's open up our instructions, and the first thing it says is start by cutting a TP roll into a 6-inch cylinder. So I mean, this is about the size you need. Press it to make it slightly flat. So we're gonna press it just a little bit. Oh, just a little bit flat. You don't want it to be too flat. Using a pair of scissors, make rounded corners at the top. So you just have to cut it to where it's a little bit round. So what I liked to do was actually draw on it to make sure that I have the right shape. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start over at the crease and sort of go up like this to where it's curving. There we go. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so I'm glad it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I sort of drew where I wanted to cut it, so that's gonna make it easier for me to grab my pair of scissors. And then I'm going to cut a half circle cylinder shape up at the top with my pair of scissors. And this will be really easy to cut because it's just a toilet paper roll. So there's one side, and here is the other side. Perfect. So it'll look like this when it's done. And you can smooth it out. I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit. Okay. All right, and it doesn't have to be perfect, so no pressure. The next step is to cut out some legs. You can make rounded corners or leave it as it is. So to make the legs, all you have to do is cut out, you can see on our little dude, you just have to cut out a little square at the bottom. So we're gonna go like this, sort of in the middle, gonna make a little rectangle, and then go in like this, boop. Okay, so that's one. Now we're gonna do the other side. And you can try to line them up a little bit, so that he has even legs, or she, or they, so that the crewmate has even legs. Okay, so this is how it looks with legs. Okay, so we are getting there. Next, apply glue on a small portion on the wrong side of the colored paper. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter which side of the paper. But basically, all we're gonna do is we're gonna put glue on it and then wrap it around. Now, you're gonna have extra paper. So what I would do first is cut off, this will make it a little easier, so that it isn't quite so much left over. And then maybe an inch or two off the top. This will just make it a little easier so that you don't have so much extra paper on your crewmate. So then, all we're gonna do is we're gonna glue it around the roll like this. So, we're gonna get our bottle of glue, and we're not gonna use too much glue because otherwise it'll make it all wrinkly when it dries. So, we're just gonna go, and then over here on the edge a little bit. Okay, so then we're just gonna take it like this, and then we're gonna roll it in. Try to keep it flat on the bottom. Here we go. And then you gotta hold it, press it a little bit, give it a little second to set. And remember, we're squishing it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. We don't want it to be perfectly round. Now what we're going to do is we're going to trim a little bit off the top, so we're going to fold the paper inside. Again, cutting off the extra that we don't need. And we're gonna stick in here so that it's a little easier to fold. You can put 2 little cuts here is what I did so that it would be easier to fold inside. And then you take your paper and you just press it in like this, into the top of the oval part. And then you do the same over here. You sort of do it gently. You don't need to, try your best not to rip the paper, but we're gonna go along this curve that we made. Just work our way around. There we go. Okay. Excellent. So now we need our little backpack. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little strip of paper, maybe like this, and then we just sort of fold it a little bit. So it's gonna be a little backpack shape. So we'll measure a little bit. It's a little too big. So I think this is a good backpack size. Make it a little smaller. There we go. That'll be a good backpack size, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're just going to put a little glob of glue here on the side. And then we'll just fold the little piece of paper like this and flap. Hold it for a second to make it stay. And sort of fold it. Oh, it needs more glue. I was too light with the glue. I was being too cautious. Okay. Okay, so then you stick it on. Perfect. So that is gonna be its little backpack. Perfect. Now, let's not forget about our legs. So remember, we have on the inside, you can see his legs right here. So we're gonna cut off the extra paper. So just take your scissors and make little cuts on the inside where the legs are. And if you do what I did, you don't even have to cut it out. All I did was I folded it up inside, just like that. Okay, and we're gonna do the same on this other one, on the back leg. And we'll just move it up. Okay, cool. So now we have all of our paper in there, and now we get to the fun stuff, okay? So this is just the main base. Now we're gonna add our decorations. So I already have mine cut out. So also in your bag is your little face. So we're gonna put this, again, just light on the glue, because you don't want it to be wrinkly. And then we're gonna stick his little face on there. Perfect. And we are 99% of the way there. So now what I would like to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie or a black marker, and we're gonna go around the outside of it to make a dark outline. So this is like how they look in the game with their dark black outlines. So we are gonna do that with our little character to make it look more like it does in the game. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to go around the top of it like this. I'm gonna make a dark black outline. So along the top, and you can go on the back too if you want, although the front is more important. You can do the back. And so then you also go down the sides like this. And around the edges of the backpack like this. Then around the edges of the legs. Okay, over here. and then up the side. And like I said, you can do the back too if you want. I'm just gonna stick with the front for the purposes of demonstration. Okay, did we miss anything? And again, you can go over this with more detail when you do it yourselves. Okay, so this is what it looks like with an outline. Now, there's only one thing left that we need to do, and that is add our accessory. So for my green crewmate, I am choosing the little sprout because I think that is so cute. So I'm going to just take a little bit of glue and stick it up where the crewmate's hat goes, up in this corner. Give it a little time to dry. Okay, and voila! And there you have it. Now you have your very own Among Us crewmate. Make sure to take a picture, tag us on Instagram. That would be very great. Enjoy your awesome Among Us crewmates and come visit us at the Lawrenceburg Public Library. See you soon.